Hey everyone, it's Marianne. This is the New York City Organization of Public Service Retirees Friday night update, and we have a lot of information for you guys this week. So let's see what early comments we have. Hey everyone. Hey Janet. Hey Ann. Good to see you. Hi Lila. Good to see you too. So I already put some information in the chat. Let me see if it'll actually, oops, let me pull that back up. So March 5th at 3:30 p.m., we're having a virtual rally for Maya Kornberg, District 39. I'm going to get all the political stuff out of the way right now. So I'm going to send out an email. So if you're not on our email list, I'm going to urge you, please, please, please sign up for our emails. We're going to start doing 2 emails. The regular email once a week about what's happening, so the stuff that you need to know what's going on. And then the second email is just going to focus on the politics. That way it kind of keeps it separate. All the election stuff, whether it's union elections or it's mayor elections, city council elections. So you're going to start to see that coming out this week because I want to keep them separate. Your homework assignments will be in the regular email, but the politicking, the city council candidates, the mayoral candidates, that will all be in a separate email so that you know what to look for in your email. If you want a homework assignment, it's in our regular weekly email. And then the political one, I'm going to try to do like every other week. So Maya Kornberg is running for District 39. She is running against Shahana Hanif, and she agreed to all of the issues. And remember, our organization always says that if a candidate supports the three issues that we've said, we would be glad to endorse them. That gives you an opportunity in ranked choice. You'll know like whoever is there, no matter what side of the political aisle you're on, and you at least have a variety of people that you can vote for. Okay. So we want to vet them out and to see who supports you. And we also want to see that after that they say that they do, what are they doing? You know, are they saying it publicly? Are they not saying it publicly? And then, of course, we created our own politic website, our candidate website, our retiree political website, which is retiredlaborstrong.nyc. And I'll put that up in a second, but I want you to all to look at this message here, March 5th, 3:30 p.m. That is the day of the virtual rally. I'll be sending out an information on this to sign up for it because we will be sending you a link that you can participate, okay? All right, so that's Maya Kornberg. Next, we have the other candidates is Adafi Akporo. You'll see a link coming up, and it's been in our newsletter. I'm going to put it again in our newsletter. He's looking for people to be canvassing, to helping him get on the petition. Remember the process. You have candidates that are running for office or incumbents that want to stay in office. In order to get onto the ballot, they have to have so many signatures, and they need people to be able to help them do that. And just standing in the area of the office or going into the neighborhoods as teams and then asking people to sign to get them back on, okay? So right now, Adafi Akporo is doing that. And Chris Marte, the councilman that sponsored our legislation, is also looking for people to help with that. I'm going to put that link right in here, and I will also put it in the newsletter. Jim Walden, who's running for mayor, has not yet come to us to ask us to do that. But as soon as that happens, we will let you know. What Jim is still looking for, though, is small grassroots donations from another couple hundred retirees. So if you're listening to this message and you're a New York City retiree, or a New York City active worker, or you are someone listening to our podcast, because right now we are broadcasting into Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram live into all 5 places right now. So if you're listening to this and you like what Jim Walden or Adafi Akporo or Maya Kornberg or Chris Marte are doing, please make sure you go to our website, which is retiredlaborstrong.nyc. And you'll see on our candidate page, click their link and make a donation to them, because all of them could use your feet on the ground and a little bit of cash from our wallets. And remember, if you are a New York resident, your donations. I believe the next cutoff is, I think, March 13th. Your donations are 8 to 1. So it really does help go far, even if it's just a $10 or $25 or $50 donation. So keep that in mind. Please try to get those done this weekend, because that cutoff, I'm almost positive, is March 13th. Okay. Next, we are going back to court in May. Remember, we are headed back up to the New York State Court of Appeals, and that will be to argue the Bentkowski case, which is the nuclear option case. Hey, everybody. Hey, Alice. I'm sorry I missed you. Hey, Sherry. Good to see you. Hi, David. Hey, Laura. And sorry, Laura. I had to remember to post it. And so our briefs are due by the end of this month, end of March, sorry. It's already the last day of February. And then that'll give the court some time to answer, review everything, and for the other side to get their documents in, and then we will have oral arguments in May. So best you can, we will keep those dates open as much as you can, because I do not have a court date yet. But as soon as I do, I want you to know that we are going to put up another bus to take all of you up there. So be ready for another bus trip, okay? Let's see. Yes, virtual, here we come, March 5th, absolutely. Ellen says, the majority of city retirees actually retire in New York City and New York State. Yes, they do. We are a huge voting bloc, and we do vote. We are angry and motivated. Stand back candidates. There you go. Hi, Karen from Marine Park. Happy Friday from Bay Ridge. Jim Walden is the one. Hi, John. Nice to see you. Hi, Meryl. Does it have to be a retiree for Jim? No, Marie. Actually, anyone can donate to any of these candidates. You do not have to be from New York City. It's just the matching funds only goes to a New York City resident. So if you have relatives still in New York City, tell them to donate to Jim. Anna Daffy and Chris Marte and Maya Kornberg. So even if you were grassroots donating and you donated to all of them, and you did $10, $10, $10, $20, just remember it's 8. They get 8 times that. Let's see. Miriam, I'm back. I hope you received my email. I forwarded your message to Dinowitz. Miriam, honestly, I have been so swamped. I still have 102 text messages on my cell phone, and I haven't even gotten through my emails after being sick for 10 days. So I'm really trying to dig myself out. So give me a little bit of time. I'm sure I will find them. Thank you, Janet. I am feeling better. I'm not all better. And I still need to, I'm behind on my infusions for my immunity, and I still need my shoulder broken free. So I'm getting there. To be honest with you, I'm getting there. Hi, Doreen from Staten Island. Good to see you. Let's see. Yes, John, you made it. I'm glad you made it. And then there's one more little piece of news. Let me grab that for you. So you've been watching a lot of the posts going back and forth from the different groups that are running to be union president of the United Federation of Teachers. And let's see. My mail is slow. Okay. Nope. Did it come in yet? Not yet. So there's a link that I'm supposed to share with you to, so the ABC slate contacted us and say, hey, can you let our teachers know? Oh, here it is. I almost missed it. So the ABC slate, it says they're looking for convention delegates, NICET and AFT. And I'm going to put that here in the chat. So, or if you are a UFT employee or retiree and you want to participate in the ABC slate, they are looking for people to join them, and the link is right down there. I will show you. There you are. Click that link, and it will take you to their Google Doc, and you can sign up. I will also put that in the email, so you don't have to worry about not being able to find it. And it's also on our Facebook page. There we go. Just came in on New York City elections. Can you repost? So you remember, Meg, I'm putting all of this in the newsletter. So if you're signed up for our newsletter, you will get this information. If you are not signed up, you better sign up because I'm trying to get that out either tonight or tomorrow morning. If you want, I'll wait till the morning, but you got to get it. You got to get signed up. Go to our website. nycretirees.org is our main website. And remember, our campaign site is retiredlaborstrong.nyc. Trying to keep things separate. Hi, yes, I'm 99% better, Marianne. Thank you so much. Hello, Kathy and Carol. Good to see you. Hello, Cecilia from Milton, Georgia. From a New York subway car. Hi, Mimi. Eileen says, signed up to be an ABC delegate. Join me. Absolutely. The more, the merrier. Hello, Janice from Delray. Glad you're in the sun again. Hi, Linda. So that's pretty much, I think, all the news I have is we've already gone through those. So May, we're going to be headed back to court. No, we don't have a date yet. Documents are due by March. Oral arguments will be hopefully sometime in May, June. As soon as I have a date, we'll put up a sign-up sheet to take the bus again back up to Albany. And there is in the chat and in the email and on our website. Let me see if I could pull that site in so you could see our page. Present. There you go. Okay. Let's add that. So this is our website. Let me go to the home page so you'll see what it looks like. It says, welcome to Retired Labor Strong. And it tells you that what we're fighting for, and that we're fighting for to protect our health care, and that we have some groups fighting with us. Here are some of the retiree candidates. These are the people that have committed to supporting you. So there's Jim Walden on the left. This is Councilman Chris Marte. And you can click his contribution site. I will also update this page and put the link to sign up, but it'll also be in the newsletter. There's Brad Lander, who said he was supporting us, Adafi Akporo, who's supporting us, Christy Marmorato, who's the current District 13 council member, and then Maya Kornberg to the right. She is running in District 39. And then Alicia from District 30, she is the candidate Bob Holden is retiring. She's working for Bob. And then the Hall of Shame page, I finished last night. And so these are all the people that are not supporting us that are in office currently. So when you see this, you'll see their name, the district, which committees they're on that I thought were kind of pertinent. And then what you want to do is take a look. If you click the link, it'll open up this page and it'll tell you at the top which unions supported them. So that way you know if it's a DC 37 endorsement, a UFT endorsement, and it says CWA, then that's how you know it was kind of like an endorsement of all three, as well as the what was it called? Labor Strong Caucus or whatever they're calling themselves. A small group of unions that try to do endorsements together. So this way, you know, and I'm going to tell you, there's only like 3 people in the entire city council that have no union endorsements. So that pretty much tells you like DC 37 pretty much endorsed everybody. I guess they kind of think like, you know, they're beholden to all of them, as if you remember Henry Garrido saying that if they don't do what they want them to do, they're just going to withdraw their endorsements. And if you go back and look last year, it's like DC 37 was already threatening them. Not only in the newspaper were they threatened, in a letter they were threatened, and then on Twitter posts they were threatened. So That gives you that. Ellen, we're not fundraising yet. We have not done a campaign. Remember, I said last time and the week before, we're not starting fundraising until March. We always give the first quarter for people to catch up. So do not have an active fundraising campaign going on, but we will be soon. Hello, Constance from Yonkers. Do you have to be a New York City state resident? No, and you can donate or participate if you're in New York and you want to do canvassing for one of the candidates. You don't have to be a resident, but in order to they do need people that are in the district that can go and do balloting for them, like canvassing for them. But if you want to do donations, you don't have to be a New York City or state resident. So hopefully that answers your question. But you do need to be in the district in order to help them do their ballot campaigning. Okay. Which slate is more friendly to retirees, Arise or ABC? Constance, I tend to believe at the moment it is ABC. So based on what I'm seeing and I'm hearing, that's kind of my opinion at this point. But since I'm not yet ready to make an endorsement, I've been too busy with this stuff. As soon as I get into the rest of all the politicking between all the other information that all the groups have to offer, I'll make our suggestion. We'll talk about it and put it out there. So let's see, Laura, that Hall of Shame page is excellent. A chance for these council members to change their path before it becomes a permanent Hall of Fame in the history books. And that said, right, yesterday there was an intimation by the speaker, Adrienne Adams, that she was looking to run for mayor of the city of New York. I was like, oh, hell no, this is just not going to happen. She has been destroying the lives of retired municipal workers. She's literally in the pocket. I'm sure if you look in the back jeans pocket of Henry Garrido, you probably see Adrienne Adams looking up. Between Jeremy John, who's former political action for District Council 37, working for Henry Garrido, now her chief of staff and been her chief of staff, who's blocked our communications to her office. No, for her to have been a leader, as she called herself, a manager, an executive, a leader, she should have not allowed all retirees to be fighting to protect themselves for the last 4 years. Her office has ignored the message that the body that she currently leads passed a law in 1967 providing every employee, retiree, and their dependent health care. And it has been that body, that very same body, that made amendments to that very same law that protected our healthcare benefits. Unfortunately, she chose to take the union line, unfortunately, the union leader line, Henry Garrido's, that the bill is illegal, impairs their collective bargaining. And all of that is false, as you've seen me go through this. Tell the union members, look in Article 1 of your union contract. Your union contract then says who it is for, who it covers. And it says it covers employees in the employee organization that this contract is a party to. So it's between the union and the city. In an appointed title with the employing agency. You are retired. You are not employed. You are not in an appointed position, and you have no employer in an agency. That union contract doesn't cover you. Therefore, since you don't ratify their contracts, you are not in their union. No bill, no law, nothing that you do as a retired unionist will impair the union. What Henry doesn't want to say, although he has nuanced it, is that why he doesn't want our legislation to pass is because then he can't keep passing backdoor premiums onto us in the form of copays and deductibles to finance his contracts. That's why when he says it interferes, yes, it literally shuts our pockets closed, shuts our pocketbooks closed, and he cannot put his hands and take our earned and vested benefits to finance his contract. It shuts him out. And that's what the bill does, and that's why he doesn't want it done. And for the speaker, and if you look on that Hall of Shame, I also denoted how many of the council members are attorneys. And this is what's most egregious, is that none of them had I don't know what you want to call it, strength, courage, education, knowledge, desire to do the right thing and stand up for people, because that's what, if you read all their bios, all the great things that they do in advocacy, but they can't advocate for a retired unionist. And this is the most disturbing part. Why? Because they're self-preservation. They want the union money, they want the union campaigns, they want the union support for their elections to re-elect them. And if they help us, then they're not going to get that. That's their opinion. But they don't realize at the same time, they're ostracizing us, the largest voting bloc. They're allowing Henry to implement the default plan in Project 2025. You all thought I was crazy for saying that, and I said it out loud. And I remember poor Mike, one of our moderators, who said to me, "Oh my God, you're going to say that out loud?" Oh, hell yes. I'm sick of this. If they don't want to know the facts, then I'm not going to allow them to keep burying their head in the sand. I'm going to keep calling it out for as long as I absolutely can. So there's no more hiding. This Medicare Advantage is the default plan in Project 2025. Go look at it. I've been posting the photo. It's like, I don't know, page 498. So if they can't keep hiding from this, any elected official that says, "I support retirees," well, if you're not on the bill, you don't support retirees. You support retirees protecting themselves. You have to keep saying that as well. So sorry, folks. I mean, there's just really no other way to say that. Yes, you spoke truth to power. And that's exactly what it is. You have to call their damn asses out. But I'm going to tell you, with all your emails going to active workers and DC 37 staff, they're listening to you. We've got a lot of calls from unions that are saying to us, workers that are saying to us, "Can you please explain this?" Once we give them the bill to read, and then they read it, and we tell them, "We're not in your union. We're retired. We don't vote for your members. We don't vote for your presidents. We don't vote on your contracts. We're retired. We left with a promise. How would you like it if you retired and someone else took your healthcare benefits to finance their raises?" They're not going to like that, right? And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Well, then why are you stealing ours?" Well, the problem is they don't know that that's happening, as many of us have always said, right? They just don't know. Now, you're welcome for the clarification, because this is what they don't know. Explain it to them. Tell them to look at Article 1 of every union contract. It doesn't cover a retired person. You leave with the benefits that you had when you left work. They are able to negotiate their active benefits. So we've been talking to a lot of people, and they're including us in the conversation now, which is exciting, because they don't like what's happening. They don't understand. And then, of course, all of Henry's henchmen at the Mayoral Forum were like, "What is it with this damn truck? This damn truck keeps following us everywhere." Yes, because it's to shame the damn pants off of you from robbing retired union labor and everybody else that is covered by these agreements that they're doing, and basically shaking down people in retirement. So we have to keep doing that. Kudos to all of you guys that showed up, Mary and Audia and Michelle Keller for leading that pack, and all of you guys at the Mayoral Forum. It was appreciated you being there. Terry and Antonia and Greg, Neil, thank you so much, because you have a voice, and it was important that you used it. And it was really great to see that Ann Widger, from the administrator of the District Council 37 AFSCME org, who took over the DC 37 Retirees Association, standing in solidarity with our retirees. Because I guess clearly she recognizes that we are fighting to protect the federal public health benefit of Medicare, a federal public safety net, and healthcare for all of us, that gave us access to doctors and hospitals all around the country, that gave us equal access to medical care, and by any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare, which is 99% of doctors in America, and supporting our legislation. So hopefully she stays true to standing with us. Otherwise, why the hell else would she want to stand with us? So, glad to see that happening. Ellen, let's see, says the video you did with Arthur on our pensions was terrific. Well, you're welcome, except there's a bunch of bonehead active teachers that are, just their heads in the sands like a bunch of ostriches, thinking that just because Tom, the guy from that does their, I guess, union consulting, pension consulting, whatever, thinks he knows what he says, he's spoken, he must be Jesus, because all of them do blind faith, loyalty, listening. He said it, it must be true. And I said, is he a pension expert? No, he's not. So I said, I'm sorry, I've done pensions for the last 30 years. I brought this to 2 other pension experts, one being the former executive director of NYSERS, and the other that worked for 2 different governors, worked in accounting and taxation for the state and for city universities. And I said, please look at these things. What do you have to say about these comments? And of course, look at their Substacks. And then someone was like, oh, he's from a right-wing think tank. I don't give a damn where the hell he's from. Look at what he's saying to you. The mere fact that you have the UFT and DC 37 not saying a peep about this. They're not, other than sending this guy Tom to go and say whatever BS comments that he's making. Look, your pension must be funded by law. It's a law. It has to be funded. And if it's not, there's a problem because it has to be funded. Your article, your state constitution, New York State Constitution, Article 5, Section 7 states that there can be no diminishment of your pension. When we did our health bill, it was to mirror that sentiment of the pension law. We wanted to protect you. The state pension constitution protects your pension from being diminished. Now, if there's not enough money in funding, well, you know, if you have a checking account and you go and buy something that is the value is greater than what's in your checking account, what happens? You bounce checks, right? So the money has to come from somewhere. That means you've got to cut it from somewhere else. What would they do in that situation? Higher taxes, reduce labor contracts, reduce wages. They're going to have to take it from someplace because it is a legal requirement to fund. And it is a dangerous thing. Right now, the pensions are only 85% funded, which means that there's a small percentage risk that if there's an issue with the marketplace, with the market funds, that the market tanks, let's say we hit another recession, where's that money going to come from? You always have to look at that. So this is like the same example of what they did with the stabilization fund. For Unity people to be saying, well, Tom said, or so-and-so said, it's okay. Well, did they say that about the stabilization fund? They did, didn't they? Well, it's okay, Vinnie Gaglione said. It's fungible. No, it wasn't fungible. You made it fungible. And by taking money out of an account that was designated, earmarked for only one thing, and you used it in an off way, you destabilized the entire plan. Now go back and look what Mr. McMahon in his Substack said about the pension fund. Tom is saying that it would level out payments. No, it didn't level them out. It dropped the payments in the first several years that the city had to provide. Okay, where instead of that being earmarked for pensions, where's that money going now? And then starting in 2033 to 2044, it jacks up another $18 billion, even though the savings coming to the city was about 11 billion. So I'm sorry, just hearing some guy on a chat or a blog say, it's okay, we're just leveling it out. No, because that's the same kind of crap that they said to us on the stabilization fund, that they were just borrowing the money and we're paying it back. No, how did that end up? That ended up with them imploding the stabilization fund and basically the entire health program for the city of New York. So I'm sorry that I don't buy that. And I'm sorry if you think, and actually I'm not sorry and not sorry that I'm being hard on it, but this is your pension money. So why would you use all that in a way that might not be sound? It made me uneasy even hearing four mayoral candidates saying they wanted to use pension monies to finance union housing. I think that's a scary thing, because if something happens, where's that going to come from? I believe people should have an affordable home. I believe to some people affordable is subjective, and I think that's wrong. I see when they start talking about affordable housing and it's a $3,000 rent in Brooklyn, that's absolutely ridiculous. No. So I don't know. David says, a city lawyer informed me years ago of the heinous actions that have been manifested. He wasn't proud of the city council being bought. I know, David, it's just sad. Let's see, what else did I miss here? You started a storm. Even Jessica Ramos at DC 37's Mayoral Forum called out how not supporting retirees is aligning oneself with Project 2025. You've been so right to get candid about this. I had no choice. If everyone says, well, don't talk to her, she's crazy. Well, no. I mean, the board literally took a vote. Like, am I just going to stop? Like, 2 years ago? I'm not being a ladylike anymore. Me being like nice and demure, that's over. I've tried to be friendly. I've tried to work with you. I've tried to get meetings with you. You don't want to speak to us. You just want to keep robbing us blind. That's not going to, now gloves are off. And I was literally, this is one of my favorite books. Negotiating in the Real World, Getting the Deal You Want by Victor Gottbaum, right? He makes a statement in this book. I love this. And I know, love or not love Victor. He says, my personality doesn't allow for constant lovableness. I can be humorous, I can be sensitive, but mainly I can be very tough. Herbert Haber, the chief negotiator for Mayor John Lindsay, you remember John Lindsay, he's the one that gave us healthcare, paid me the supreme compliment when he was quoted in the New York Times. Vic will cut your heart out if he feels you are hurting his members. Mayor Koch and I could work ourselves into a lather during negotiations, yet conclude contracts on a positive note. We negotiated some meaningful and important contracts, yet we always had a healthy distaste for each other. So you have to understand something. Unfortunately, labor lost their ability to be somewhat militant, and they got in bed with management. And this is why not only did they get screwed, but they screwed us. They lost their way. And this is why I'm excited to see union elections where there's people willing to challenge the incumbent that's been there for 60 years or 20 years or 15 years, and that they've lost their way in representing labor. And every time you do that, it weakens the labor movement. So I'm fine with you thinking I'm a crazy person or I'll cut your heart out. Totally okay. You know why? Because my job is to make sure at the end of the day, you feel that I have fought my hardest and our team has fought our hardest to protect you and the benefits that you put your trust in me to do. Not give you some bullshit statement like, it's okay. We looked at it. It just levels things off. No. So I need to make sure that you're retired. Someone's looking out for your pension because they keep trying to rob us blind and think we're a bunch of idiots that we're not going to question them. And if it wasn't a problem, just freaking say it. Just come out and say, hey, this is what we're doing, and this is what this is for, and this is why we don't feel that this is a problem, and this is what we're going to do with it. And if it is a problem, this is what we're going to do. But there's no transparency. So why the hell would you believe them, especially what they put us through for the last 4 blessed years? So no, I'm sorry. We are the real deal, right? We are the real union people. They don't know what the hell they're doing. That not only can they sell themselves off, but they're selling us off with them. And I'm not going to stand with that. Our board's not going to stand with that. And that's why you have these wonderful attorneys making sure that someone's looking over your back, because that's what it's about. Actually caring about the people you're entrusted to take care of. That is what leadership is. So, all right. Now you got me all worked up. The present staffs don't know. They don't think ahead. I keep hoping our message will. Thank you. We will get to them. Yes, we will. I mean, it's just going to take time, right? I mean, that's all we could actually do. Copay case has not really moved too much. There's some back and forth with the lawyers, but nothing back in yet. A lot of people have their heads buried in the sand. Yes, and usually they're in a group, and it starts with a U. Then it goes NITY. Sorry. I have been blasting New York City Council in almost every meeting that they've had. I let them know who is lying consistently and calling them out on their hatred for retirees. You go, girl. Hi, Betty. Joe, now that we know Henry Garrido won't endorse Mayor Adams this time around, what is the possibility of Mayor Adams dropping the lawsuit against us before the election? Are you smoking something, Joe? In exchange for being endorsed by our organization. That would be a great way for Eric Adams to get back at Garrido and a great way to show his support for retirees. Well, that's a real interesting thing, Joe. So, but I think his office told WorkBites, Joe Maniscalco, in the article that I just read on their website. So if you're not familiar, go to workbites.com. I think it's is it workbytes.com or workbytes.org? Workbytes.com, and look at his recent article, and there's a statement from the mayor's office that says they'll look at our bill. So I don't know, maybe I'll get back to you next week and he's deciding to be our friend. I have no idea, but given that his attorney told him he needed to stay away from the DC 37 forum, mayoral forum, I don't know what it will do. So let's see, Laura, you are so right. It doesn't matter what political party someone belongs to. If someone's warning and exposing something important, people better listen. Political parties can be cults. Well, and especially union ones when they're trying to protect something that they think that they're on the right side of when they're typically on the wrong side of history, which is probably why some of the people in the unity world are fighting so hard. So thank you, Janet. Well, we couldn't do it without you guys. Glad you like my Volkswagen shoes. I know. I keep thinking, do I have a pair of shoes that I could do that to? But I don't know if I could do that. I have to probably do sneakers. I don't know if I can wear heels anymore. So you're welcome, Julia. Our team definitely appreciates you guys as well. Lander didn't speak up for us. He's toast with meat. Now, Carmela. Oh, my goodness. Jessica Ramos said, did all of you, probably all of you didn't hear that. Let me see if I'm able to bring that up and then share my screen with you. Give me 1 second. So after there was a 2-hour seminar, we were 2-hour mayoral forum, and she was asked a question by Henry Garrido about healthcare. And let's see, here we go. Now let's see if I can get it to the right. All right, I'm almost there. Give me 1 second. All right, now let's see if I can pull this into our video. I want to share screen. Share. Okay, so this is the forum. Make sure you can see that. Yes, you can. And now let me play it for you.
Be safe, and you can tremendously address that. You have to focus on Medicaid reimbursement rates. It is simply unfair what's happening right now. And fundamentally, if we do that, we will reduce costs to help our people as well. We have to protect our retirees, no question about that. As someone who comes in, again, I think about my own family and what happens in that regard, but we could do this all at the same time. But fundamentally, we also have to reimagine what's happening with healthcare, and we could do that while also reducing costs and keeping your benefits as well.
Thank you. Heather?
Well, though Henry and I haven't agreed, I have been the prime co-sponsor of the New York Health Act in the New York State Senate. Largely because I do believe in decommodifying our health. It's important that we are focused on health outcomes and not profits for health executives. That's what it's about. But more than that, and I agree with a lot that has been said in terms of going after the price gougers and hopefully being able to work with the Attorney General, I really, and I'm going to say it, want to be able to protect our retirees. The promises made to our retirees should be sacred as the service that you have given the city of New York. And I want to be Henry and DC 37's partner in being able to support the bills that come along with that so that we're not taking things from Project 2025 and really going back to a plan that Henry did have a few years ago in building medical centers that would benefit the members of DC 37 first and foremost.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. All right. We're going to start in the middle this time. Scott, we're going to start.
Okay. So, what'd you think of that? So other than I think Mr. Blake next to her, who said that they had to protect retirees, and I think I've watched this now 3 times. Granted, I've been very tired because I watched it last night 3 times, literally Wednesday night, sorry, after I recorded it. You tell me, did anyone have her back and say, yes, Jessica, yes, retirees? I don't think any of the others. And the sad part about that was Brad did say he supported us and he put it up on his website. So that said, I want you to go up to Jessica's website. Jessica has a campaign website and she put up the statement on her website. Jessica supports retirees. I have not heard yet we have not spoken with Mr. Blake. We've not spoken with Zellner Myrie. We've spoke with Scott Stringer, but I do not have any commitments yet from them. And we did speak with Zoran Mamdani, and he's not gotten back to us. So there you go. When they do commit to us, we will put them on our campaign website, retiredlaborstrong.nyc. So there you have it. There was no direct question about okay, so Matt, he's the guy that's screwing us. He's not going to bring it up, which reminds me, April 17th, put it on your calendar, block the evening. We are holding our own in-person in Manhattan, our own in-person mayoral forum. And it's for every candidate, not just the Democratic candidates that they keep inviting. So whoever by that point is declared a mayoral candidate, we will host them at our event and we will ask them the questions that no one else is. April 17th, it's a Thursday evening. Put it on your calendar and be there. I heard her on the DC 37 run medical centers like the dental centers. No, thank you. I know. I didn't want to say that. Heard her on BAI. Wonderful. Yeah, we had a great show this morning. Myself, Michelle Keller, Arthur Goldstein from UFT, Joe Maniscalco, Bob Henley. It was a really good morning. Same thing Eric Adams said when he was campaigning. They'll say anything to get elected. And unfortunately, that's the problem, right? So Jim Walden is still the only one who truly supports us and who's put it in writing and stood with us. Jessica so far is not putting, I don't know. She put it up on her website, but I'm trying to get a letter that in my hand. So as soon as I have something, and it could have just been crossing because I have not checked my email in 2 days. So give me a little bit of time to try to dig through some of this. Yes, I look forward to 4/17 as well. April 17th, New York City Retirees Mayoral Forum. Let's do this. I was in at home audience, okay? Barbara, I sent you a private message on Facebook. Would you get a chance? Please read it and contact me. Thank you. Barbara, I will try to get back to you, but it probably won't be tonight. For the April Mayoral Forum offers snacks, sadly, just like Aetna and other Medicare Advantage centers, carriers. If you offer food, they will come. I don't know. Well, I'll think about that. What is an ABC delegate? So, Michelle, if you are United Federation of Teachers, this affects you. If it's not, this doesn't pertain to you. That doesn't pertain to you. ABC is A Better Contract. And if you're interested in their group, it's A Better Contract. I think it's .org. Oh, you did. I'm so sorry. There you are. Hold on. I will double check it for you. A bettercontract.org. Yes. So I'll put that in the chat. Hold on. And this is the page. So it is a group that is running against Michael Mulgrew. All the mayoral candidates, Oops, where'd that go? Pandered to Garrido at the DC37 forum in one way or another. Yes, can't wait for April 17th. Real questions need to be asked. There you go. Very true. Very, very true. So that's all I got, guys. That's pretty much a wrap, and we're doing this now 45 minutes. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you for keeping up your homework assignments. I hope you like that we put it up in one place on our website that you can keep going up and taking care of everything right there. And it's making a difference. Trust me when I tell you, it truly is making a difference. People are contacting us. They're asking questions. This is the first time this is happening. And I'm so glad we took this next step and we moved the power of our campaign, not just to the leadership, but to the active members and pressuring the council the way we are. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep changing your subject lines. Keep doing those emails. Keep making those phone calls, especially the phone calls. Even if you get a voicemail, keep doing it, because over and over and over again, you're making them listen to you. Your voice needs to be heard, and don't let them stop you. Yes, press like a button. Absolutely. John says you should be mayor. John, like, this is a lot of work. Oh, wow. Who is this gal who supports us and not Henry? What can I tell you? I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about. All right, everyone. Thank your moderators. Keep them in your prayers. Thank you guys for everything that you do. Keep doing your homework assignments. Keep doing those phone calls. And this is how we're going to get through this. Our state legislation was reintroduced. We are working on that as well, but that's not a focus priority yet. Just give us a little bit of time and we'll start plugging that along too. Constance, Jessica Ramos, she's a senator from Queens. So you guys keep doing what you're doing. Eventually, we're going to get back together again. Hopefully, it's a little bit warmer. We are planning more events to do. You do have May. Eventually, when we do get that date, we will be going back to court up in Albany. So things will be starting to happen in the next couple of months. Just keep hanging in there. But the most I could tell you is please, please, please keep doing those calls, keep doing those emails, get them out to the council, get them out to the union, get them out, make those calls to the city council. This is where your pressure will come, okay? All right, everyone, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Make sure you look at our campaign page and you read our email, probably coming out tomorrow. Maya Kornberg, March 5th. It's a virtual rally. I'll put out a link to sign up for it. We'll be sending you the link for that. We want to make sure we come out and support her. District 39. Adafi Akporo is looking for people to sign up to help him canvass. If you live in his district, they need your help. Jim Walden is looking for donations from people who live in the city of New York. Anyone can donate to him, but for the ones that live in the city, they count 8 times to 1. That's why he's looking for more New York City people, but if you live outside the city, that's fine as well. And Chris Marte is also looking for people to help sign up that live in the district that can do canvassing, getting his name, because they need the signatures on the ballots in order to signature on the petitions to get them on the ballot. And that's what I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the ABC group is looking for delegates. So head on over to ABC, abettercontract.org. All right, everyone, you have a great weekend. Love ya.
Don't speak what you don't understand. The truth is not in your command. Don't shout about what you think is fake. The decision isn't yours to make. Don't lie about the way things are. Tall tales